New day, new games. Welcome back to another video. Got Lost Wiki Koslovka. It's well, I'm not sure like if it's a short or long. I mean, it is $5. It's overwhelmingly positive, so I'm guessing it is going to be great. Story rich. It's set in the 90s, 1990s. You're a journalist looking up a certain particular mystery in a small European town. Is my microphone way too loud? Nah, it's about sign. Anyways, I'm gonna go right into it. I did see there was puzzles, like some word puzzles. There's like picture puzzles. I'm not sure like if I'm guessing there's multiple endings in it. So like, try to like maybe get at least one ending this video if there is multiple. Hopefully there's multiple. Okay, we're booting in Lost Wiki. I think you know what? Before Wikipedia, I think there was like I think Wikipedia did have like a CD. I remember like in like elementary school, well not elementary, what? Okay. In like middle school to like early high school, there was it was like this sort of like a CD that was like Wikipedia. I think it literally was Wikipedia, but it was like a green disc. You put it in. Oh. Email. Potential job in Kozlovka. I've read your articles, and I think you can notice what others miss. You're thorough, and more importantly, careful. That's what I need. I've granted you limited access to the database. It holds more than enough if you know where to look. Attachments. Database, instruments, document. Is a Word doc or no doc? Oh. I'm guessing this is like quit the game. Save, reload. You know what? I could turn up the music volume, maybe slightly up. That's about right. You know what? Yeah. Subject, potential job. Okay. Yeah, read that. Click it off. I don't know. Alright, so we're on like Kozlovka Wiki. What is this? No attachments. Go on search. Images. Question mark. Oh. What? Enter your system code followed by the local area code. Enter. None. Okay, so this is like a little puzzle we gotta figure out. Now does that reset? It does. Okay, good. What's this? Notepad. Is a quiet town in Zornova. It is beside the blank, a vibrant woodland with a very distinct ecosystem. At the heart of the forest, a tall tree stands proud. The local refer to it as the Joshua tree. The town itself has a thriving business on which boasts bountiful harvests and provides food subsistence. Okay, yeah, the font's a little bit wonky. Controls, that's saying. Okay, you know what? Look at pictures. No pictures. Rather search the web. Oh, finally, a game like this that has a movable window. Because a lot of the times, yeah, games that have like windows like this that simulates a PC, like the windows are not movable. Can you? Yeah, alright. I guess this is definitely not even a +1, a +2 to this game. I mean, already. You move this around as much as you want. Well, I mean, it was like there's a limit. Okay. Kozlovka is a small town located in the eastern region of Zenova. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's just like Wiki where you go like click on it, drag. Or maybe hold up. Can you have multiples at the same time? Yes, you can. What about put this? That doesn't work. Okay. What about this? Oh, hold on. Koslovka is a small town located. Is the hold on? Let me like type this. Yeah, okay, it does it for you. Small town, and it's beside the edge of the Balslama forest. Put that right there. All right. The town boasts its agricultural achievements. Okay, with incredible. Hold on. We're just seeing at the heart of the forest. Small tree proud that refers to as the. This is the tree, right? Hold on. Click on the hyperlinks to XX. Yeah, I know how to. I know how to read Wikipedia. Okay, so maybe I gotta like get this, and then nope. Oh, that's the image viewer. Very good. Put that out there. Bookmark that. Bookmark that. Most agricultural achievements. Thriving agricultural. Yeah. Right now we're just doing like first grade word searching. Koslovka was founded in 1887 and survived significant challenges including German occupation during World War II and the later Soviet influence. Can you scroll down? No, that's it. Okay. Yeah, we're just going in like a... Okay, can we resize the window? Okay. I mean, sure, you can move the window around, but like a good quality of life is to resize the window. I mean, I've never really seen like games like this do a resize, but like that would be amazing for like these type of games to have like the windows resizable. Alright. Proud that locals refer to as the. Okay, so I need to know what this tree is going on to the forest. How do you say this? Biolosia? Biolosia. How do you... Hold on. Alright, I gotta load it up. How do you pronounce this?
Białowieża. Białowieża.
Białowieża.
Białowieża.
Hold on.
Białowieża.
Białowieża? I think I got the right. The Białowieża forest is located next to the town of Kozlov. Yeah, got that. Known for its distinctive natural feature, it is home to an ancient tree, the Draken Oak, which is believed to be over 1,000 years old. You know what? Like the oldest tree like I know in Los Angeles is like the one at the Science Museum. I think that one was like what 300 years old. I think, or maybe like close to 400, 300 or 400. I think one of those. It is also home to a unique and rare fungus, symbiotic ergot. Proud locals referred to as the Draken Oak. I feel like this is not the right one. Locals refer to as the Draken Oak. Ancient tree, the Draken Oak, which is believed. I feel like this is like an actual tree name, and not like what like a local town, a local small town will call like nickname it. I don't feel like this is doesn't seem like that. I feel like this should be like a nickname. Oh god. Clavices symbiotic is a unique fungus. Oh, can you scroll those down? No. Go back. Or maybe it is. Okay, more into the Dragon Oak. Corypheus draconis. Dragon Oak is a rare and ancient tree in the Biolosia forest. The carving on the trunk was said to be a pagan tradition to honor the agricultural season. It is protected by the Zornovian government in 1991 after establishing their independence. The tree is primarily host to the fungus symbiotic ergot. Okay, hold on. I think this fungus is kind of doing something. Hold on, well, let me just check about the oh, what? Access denied. Carnovian Cultural Preservation Initiative. Passcode required. Click on number to enter passcode. Passcode hint. Year of the. Okay, so that was like 1991. Enter. Password accepted. Loading. Hold on. Let me bookmark this. This seems really important. This. And why would this be restricted? Preservation Initiative. Hold on, drag. There's more to this. Anyways, the initiative started in 1991 when Zornova gained independence. Its purpose was to preserve sites and documents of cultural significance. See below the list of topics related to the ZZPI. Draken Oak. Modern Farming Initiative. Slavic Rune Symbols. Koslova Town Ledger. Hold on. Slavic Rune Symbols? What's this? Bookmark that. I mean, this is just wiki. This is like actually going on a rabbit hole, like Wikipedia. Once you look up, I mean, you search like one thing, you search like who created the you search up who's like a creator of like a certain manga, then all of a sudden you end up in like not even you end up somewhere that's like you ain't supposed to be. Carnovians have an Eastern Slavic ancestry and formed pagan beliefs, some of which come from the form of runes. Few locals, like the witch, still believe that they hold power. Man, this is like, hold on. Can you click on this? That red eye. This red eye is something. Hold on. Click that. Something's up with this eye. Now enhance. Enhance. I don't know. This eye is nothing there, but this eye right here. Okay, I'll read that later. Slavic runes symbols. We have Eastern hold powers. See below the list of common Slavic symbols. Per runes mark. Rodovic. Is this supposed to be a U or a V? Izvini? Zemnia's cross? Iwin glyph? Oh, that's sick. It's like old school. Okay, we have a branching. We can hold on. Undiscovered, bookmarked. Which undiscovered link. Okay, so we go back to where's the beginning? Biological Forest, Kozlov. And that goes into symbiotic root. Hold on. I feel like there's something's up with this fungus. The Dragon Oak. I think okay, the Dragon Oak. Locals referred to as locals. Is this okay? I gotta check it. Is this like the That's the name. This wouldn't be like the, yeah, this is the name. This, okay, yeah, I still feel like I don't have the full picture yet. But something about this fungus. Levaces symbiotica is a unique fungus in the forest, relies on a symbiotic relationship with their plant host, the dragon oak fungus, known to cause extraordinary fertility of the surrounding land. So maybe there's something going on with like, is this about to turn into like The Happening? Dr. Kazimik Ostrovsky was the leading expert in the symbiotic ergot. Though uncommon, it can also be used as a medical herb. Yeah, okay, yeah, here we're going. Here we go. I had to pause for a second. Medical herbs, ironically due to Kozlovka's incredibly fertile soil. Hold on. Seems like something. The medicinal herbs grown in the area are too potent for use and are not approved by the government. However, some locals vouch for their effectiveness, such as the local pharmacist Dr. Mist, Mist, Mistilov Dragonov. I'm trying to like how do you pronounce the there's no Y in between the MST, so like Mystic Mistilov. I guess you just say it without the like okay, well. And the witch. Oh, we already know about the witch. Although she advocates for more for its use in ancient pagan rituals. Hold on. Put that bookmark for right now. Medicinal herbs. I still feel like the that's not supposed to be the dragon key. Okay, so what's the report? Kozlovka, Quiet Town. So let's go to Koslovka, back here. Of course, both agricultural, fertile soil. So it was founded in 1887. Hold on. Let's see. No access denied. Passcode, date of the winter festival. Date of the winter festival. Let's cancel that for right now. Winter festival. Where would I get the? Where would the winter festival? An occupation during World War II and the later. Founded in 1887. I feel like this is where you'll find what the nickname to the Draken Oak is. Because I feel like yeah, the Draken Oak, that's just like what it's called. That's not like a nickname. Okay, so I need to, what was it? Hint number, date of winter festival. I have found where that would be. Dragunov family. Horse, Semitic root. Preservation. Slavic rune symbols. I feel like maybe the winter festival might be tied to the Slavic runes. Might be something pagan. Let's go down here. Runes. The witch. Let's check the witch. Spiritual chalk. Which is a local shaman who owns a small shop on Kozlovka's high street. She is most known for her appearance with her iconic one bloodshot eye. Yes. Even as a pillar of Kozlovka's culture, there is a decline in interest for the ancient pagan rituals. As a tourist, you can get her signature, spiritual chalk. It did something. Okay, the witch. Okay. I'll just book that for now. Maybe that's like some chalk. Go back from the witch. Slavic runes. Per rune. Associated with the god of thunder, this Slavic rune was believed to offer protection against misfortune and ill omen. Rodaville. Maybe one of these runes are tied to like the winter festival. Slavic rune is a symbol of forgiveness and peace. It's often used in pagan rituals associated with restless spirits. Semya's cross. So a rune is a symbol for fertility. It seems like this is it. Fertility tied to a bountiful harvest, often carved onto tools or boundary stones. I feel like this is something. Hold on. That might be relevant. Twin glyph. Helix. The two interwoven lines represent duality, growth and decay, renewal and remembrance. Some rural communities believe that this Slavic rune was symbol for transition rather than the end. Maybe in the agricultural achievements. What about the occupation? Battle of the Forest. From 1941 to 44, Lova was occupied by the Germans and was a main source of food supply for the battalions occupying the region. On June 1944, a huge offensive was launched, cornering the Nazis in the Białowieża forest. Dozens of lives were lost in the forest, which ended in a Soviet victory. Afterwards, Karnova declared independence in 1991. Hold on, add something of this. This article has been modified from an earlier entry. Oh, modified. So there was something hidden here. Well, that's definitely a bookmark. Checking. Agricultural achievements. Just an overly potent. Modern farming initiative proposed in the 90s. Can you click on this? Yeah, back to Kazimic. Hold on. The proposal involved Dr. Kasannikov, who was invited to the town to undergo research. The proposal was ultimately scrapped in 1992, a year after the independence. Runes, town ledger. Oh, more restrictions. Hint. No hint available. Okay, so we'll get that later. Okay, okay. Maybe it has to be, you know, the Draken Oak. Maybe that's it. Let me check. Yeah, that's about it. Submit findings. The locals referred to as the Draken Oak. I still feel like that's not it. So what's next? Town ledger. I can't get to that. Medicinal herbs. Witch spirit chalk. Snovian cultural initiative. Runes. That would be something. Symbiotic Urgot. host to the dragon oak, known to cause short infertility, Sidekuest medicinal herb. Increasingly fertile soil. Zolva is most known for its agricultural achievements. Their yearly yield supplies around 10% of the food in Kosnova. Medical herbs are also known for being overly potent. Even with their success, they have been pushed to industrialize their practice, most notably the Modern Farming Initiative proposed in the 90s. Modern Farming Initiative. Hold on. The Modern Farming Initiative was proposed by Mayor Ivan Drogonov in 1991 to revise Koslovka's agricultural practice. It was approved by the government after achievement. I don't know. Okay, so the mayor, John Drogonov. This article has been modified. Okay, we're gonna check that. Ivan Drogonov is the current mayor of Kozlovka. He came into mayorship after he superseded his father, Adlia Drogonov, in 1992. So this is, maybe he has something to do with the, okay, yeah, something with the forest. He was best known for proposing the Modern Farming Initiative, in which he invited Dr. Kozlov to go research. But like the research was, oh yeah. There's something funky going on. The research was stopped in '92, and he became mayor at '92, and he was known for proposing. Let me see what his father also modified. Ilya Dragunov was the mayor of Kazan from 1945 to 1992. He was best known for establishing the Kozlov police force. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is like a hyperlink, but modified. Can't do it no more. And his affection for bisons. A little weird. He was superseded by his son, Yan Dragunov, when he mysteriously vanished as part of the tragedy commonly known as the 90s disappearance. Hold on. 90s disappearance. 15 people. 15 people vanished from Koslovka over the course of 2 months in the summer of 1992. Most notably, Adlia Dragunov was among the missing, as well as one non-local. Investigation led by John Dragunov ran cold after a year, having only found a few items. This was the most recent tragedy that the town had to endure. Let's go. No hint available. Yeah, that's bookmark. Alright, so I got nothing else. Any more onto him? Modified. Okay, well, you gotta bookmark that. A Russian mycologist who specialized in the study of rare fungi. He moved to Zornova and dedicated most of his 30-year career by studying the symbiotic ergot. He was invited by the Modern Farming Initiative research. Okay. About that. Yeah, this one was, yeah. What was the one I needed? I needed to know what the Winter Festival. agricultural. Additional herbs. Man, look at this. Look at this spider web right here. Town ledger, you can't access that. Agriculture goes a lot of ways. Working on family. Date of winter festival. Stuff for tragedies, can't go into that. And man, all this from like one small Wikipedia article. Significant challenges including German occupation. Founded in 1887. What if it's 1887? Or 88? I mean, it was in pagan times, so like it has to be like much older than this. But like maybe, just maybe. Nah. Okay. Well, that's it. Submit findings. Or you know what? Maybe there's like you could go back to this. I don't know. I don't know. Still speculating. You found something, but not enough. Yeah, it's that Draken Oak thing. That's definitely not what they call that. I gotta be like a real nigga. If you want to keep going, you'll need to understand where this place began. Look for patterns and connections. The flowchart is a tool, not a solution. Follow the threads, not the labels. Oh, engraved on a tree, there are 2 runes. Okay, I know exactly where that's going. There's 2 runes on the top being and the bottom being Koslovka. What? Engraved on tree, there are 2 runes. The top being, so let's go back to the Draken Oak. That's it. Draken Oak, right? And it's activated. Host, like, ribbon version. Okay, so like from the Draken Oak, it goes like, yeah, Slavic runes. Eastern Slavic ancestry, pagan beliefs, some witch come form of runes. Few locals, like the witch, still believe old power. But a list of common Slavic runes. Witch. So it's one of these runes. Let's see. Per rune. Especially with the God of Thunder, Slavic rune, a protection against misformance and all. I feel like it's gonna be the per rune. So, you know, I mean, you want protection. Slavic rune, likeness to family lineage. I saw the blessing frequently found on household objects. Look at that. Rune symbol forgiveness and peace, often used in pagan rituals associated with restless and spirits. Cross. Fertility tied to bountiful harvest, often carved onto tools or boundary stones. Like, it could be this one. It could be this. Now, these could be, like, interchangeable. Twin glyph. Members believe this is a symbol transition rather than the end. Okay. The locals clearly hold spiritual beliefs tied to the forest. These beliefs are not unfounded, for there are colonies of. Oh, yeah? Colonies of. Symbiotic. Forgot around the tree. The fungus is likely cause of the town's agricultural success. Yeah, because that made like the overgrowth. Right on the tree there are two. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. Shrek oak. Oak. Oh yeah, okay. So it's the cross, and then the. So the top is cross, and then the double helix. Brave. Symbols. Submit findings. Grave of the tree. There are two runes. Top being Zimia's cross, bottom being twin glyph. Locals clearly hold a spiritual belief. These are not unfounded. Colonies of Semitic got around the tree. It was like to cause the town's agricultural success. New mail. Real brief. Thank you. Apologies for being cautious. It needed to know you were the right person for the job. Have I been fully honest with you? This isn't just a research someone I cared about disappeared in the early 90s. Okay, so is this like... Oh, this must be the non-local. Hey, there was like 15 people. One a non-local. Officially records are incomplete and inconsistent. Most people stopped asking. I didn't. Continue. In the 1990s, there were a string of his appearances, most notably, yeah, what was dude's name? Most notably, what? Oh, it's this guy. And then where was it? The 90s disappearance. Most notably, the 90s disappearance. The actor was also a victim of the disappearance. It was because of that the agricultural. Okay, so it was scrapped because he disappeared. So like his son didn't continue it. That's why. Agricultural, and then look it down to Modern Farming Initiative. That was the scrap. The victim belongs were found in the. Where's the what's the if I did downtown to go proposal was ultimately scrapped in 1992. Yeah. So like what was he found? Hold on. The victim's belongings were found in the forest. Where they were presumed to have met their ends. But let me go backwards. Let me just double check. Is it led by the red code? Where have you found new items from several victims? So it's most recent tragedy of the town had to endure. I mean, I'm guessing this is the forest. Something is not right. Okay, hold on. Something is not correct. In 1990s, there were a string of disappearances, most notably 90s disappearance. In 1990s, there were a string of disappearance, most notably 90s disappearance. Okay, this is right. Yeah, this does sound kind of weird. Most notably, oops. Modifying Institute was proposed by the year 1991. It revises was proposed government. Yeah, okay, that's correct. The victims' belongings were found in the. You know, honestly, I'm just like assuming because like it actually doesn't say in that article where their bodies were found. He was best known for proposing modern army initiative, which Dr. Koslovka to undergo research. Now for its distinctive natural features, is home to tree to trekking oak, which is believed to be over 1,000 years old. Koslovka. Some things are not correct. Maybe I go back to the disappearance. 90s disappearance. Yeah, guys, those seems kind of odd. In 1990s, there was a string of disappearances, most notably 90s disappearance. Yeah, I mean, most notably. Most notably? Hold on. What if the doctor is, maybe, most notably, maybe it was him. Okay. And it was also a victim of the disappearance. It was because of this that the modern formation was scrapped. Most notably, I mean, it's not the thing itself. It's not this. Victim's belonging was found in the forest. Was a miracle from whatever he was known for establishing DNA. 90s disappearance. Maybe this is where like you'll find where his items were found. See the series vanishing, or the tragedy commonly known as 90s disappearance. Or what if it's just something as simple as this? Nah. Most notably, I mean, 1990s are strange. I mean, it has to be 90s disappearance, yeah. But then, where were their victims' belongings were found in the almost which is where they were presumed to have met their ends. Ends plural, so like all in the same place. I was thinking maybe this would be like some other, maybe it's speaking about the mayor, but like no, it's like multiple people, so like, it has to be someplace else. Victims' belongings were found in the. I mean, that's the only place that I have access to, and like the only thing that has like a place. Richard Chalk, Witch, Medicinal, Doctor. Wait, were you also? Dr. Missile is a accomplished medical doctor, local pharmacist of Kozlov. He was the first to formulate a medicine using the local colony of Samara. Like, regard, no one has been able to replicate his success. He was a local, maybe, maybe. Nah. Advocate. Wait, but what about the Dr. Misilov? But then there was the other doctor, Casimir. Russian mycologist, study for fungi. He moved to did I get to most of his 30s? Something like that. Was invited to Kosovo as part of the Modern Farming Institute, primarily researching the ecosystem in the forest. But like he didn't make the he was never to do this. Formulate medicine using I mean he didn't make the medicine. It was this guy. Something's not adding up. String of disappearance. 90s disappearance. That has to be it. No hint available. I'm just trying like all the known dates. 18. No hint available. String of disappearance. Most notably, 90. Most. Oh, hold on. Most notably, Kozlov tragedies. Wait, that's not it. Modern initiative was correct. You know what? Let me check. What is this? Attachment. Read your articles, and I think you can notice things. Attachment. Oh, like it did it. I didn't even click on that. Found something, but not enough. Thank you. Apologies. Have it find fully honest with you. Official records are incomplete and inconsistent. Most people stop asking identity. Yeah, they definitely are. Followed by the area code. Maybe I can like find that in my redacted bypass. Enter your system code followed by the local area code. I mean, there's nothing like that. Stroganoff family. In fact, it says found in the to be someplace. Hold on. Premises local for using of medicinal herbs for nationwide medical use. Ironically, due to cause of incredibly fertile, potent farming initiative proposed in 1990s. However, some locals found their freedom as a local performances. Dragunov and the Witch. Oh, she activates from or using ancient pagan rituals? Maybe. It was it. Maybe it was also this guy. Nah. There is, I mean, something's not adding up because of these. This article is modified from earlier entry. Enter your system code followed by the local area code. What if I like look up Kazalov's area code, and then I just have to find out like what the 2 system code is. Okay, hold on. In 1990s, there were a string of disappearances, most notably at Leah Dragunov. Dr. Casimir Orkushov was also a victim of the disappearance. See, like, this wasn't in his article. It was because of that the Modern Farming Initiative was scrapped. The victims' belongings were found in the Białys forest, which is where they were presumed to have met their aunt. See, yeah, I knew something wasn't adding up. Dig deeper. I can't believe they were so close in the town. So close to the town. This changes a lot of things. They need you to investigate further by now. You must have tried to access our tragedies page. Yes. We normally don't show this to the public, but I'll make an exception. Attachment. Approved doc. Oh. There's now we have access. Volha Tysico Town Hall. 23 Lesnaya Street. 7 Mirror Street. Oh, Town Hall. So, oh, this is where Town Hall. Koslov. No, 345. 451. NW6. 451. Okay, so this is where, like, so 451 is the local number. Now I just need to know what the PC code is. Here, request for access. Dear Volha. Okay, so I'm guessing Volha is the person who's contacting us. Thank you for contacting to the town hall. After considering your close relationship with the governing bodies, your request to access the article Koslovka Tragedies has been approved. Below is a one-time code to access the page. Code 7328. Regards. Okay, so go to tragedies. Date of Winter Festival. Seven, 3, 2, 8. How was this? The date. What? Hold on. Hold up. Below is a one-time code access to the page. 732. Is that supposed to be 0? No, that's an 8. Regards, Town Hall. Date of Winter Festival is blank. Hold on. 7328. Thank you for participating. Kozlov Tragedy has been approved. Below is a one-time code to access the page. Need you investigate it further by now you have tried access to our tragedy page. We normally don't show this to the public, but I'll make the exception. Attachment. Yeah. 7328. How come that's not the code? 7328. Winter Festival. Something ain't matching. Town Hall. 3, 4, 451. Something's not adding up. Okay. For a small town, Koslov had his fair share of tragedies. Among them, these are the tragedies that coincided with sudden spikes in Kozlov's agricultural yield from earliest to latest. Okay, well, the latest would be the 90s. 90s disappearance. Put that down there. Coincidentally, these tragedies were all committed in the forest. Now, to get back to the tragedies page. Oh, I was on the wrong. I was on the the Dragonall family tree. 7-3. 2-8. Enter. Passcode accepted. Because I'll get that. For an uneventful has had his fair share of tragedies, the history, most below a list of notable tragedies from earliest to latest. Okay, so Battle of the Forest is Festival Massacre. Festival Massacre? 90s disappearance has to be the. Wait, hold on, there's 1, 2. Okay, the Battle of the Forest, that's like, yes, a tragedy, but that's not like, there's like no mystery. 90s disappearance, Summer Plague, Festival Massacre. In 1892, dozens of locals were killed during the Winter Festival. 1892. Put that bookmark. You know, I should like Battle of the Forest. Modified entry. Anything that's not a modified entry, I could just bookmark that. Slavic runes, unbookmark. You know, I'll keep that bookmark, but like, take this one off. Take that off. Keep that there. Keep that there. Medicinal herbs. Unbookmark this. Dr. Dragon, I know it. Maybe it might have more relevance than anything. Which spiritual chalk? What is? Okay, so that is a. Hold on, which rune is that? That's the. Not that one, it's the circular one. Yeah. Tom Ledger. Keep that bookmark. Okay, so 90s disappearance, Festival Massacre, animal killings. 1965. Okay, so let's see. Seems that the Festival Massacre might have been from earliest to latest. This might have been the first one. 90s disappearance is definitely the last, but there's the Winter's Festival. Cooper was caught murdering festival attendees in front of the Dragon Oak. I feel like the Dragon Oak might have been like a sacrificial site. When cornered, the culprit slit their own throat and joined their victims at the foot of the tree. This is the earliest tragedy recorded in Kozlov. Okay, yeah. Or the earliest? Yeah. And then, Winter Festival. Winter Festival occurs every year on 15th December. Okay, so 1512. Now, this is going to be, I'm just going to say 1512. was gonna say, like, this is like more. I mean, if this was American made, it would have been 12, 15. This one's European, so yeah. Koslovka was founded by Bodhan Dragunov and Alicia Dragunov. Okay, so like the Dragunovs have been, the town leaders since, like, since the beginning. Let's put that bookmark. Story goes that their love guided them into this plot of land in hopes of starting anew as a family. The memorial was erected to honor the family, which including a quote that reads, "For the loss of a few, there is still many." Put that bookmark for right now. Dragonova. I wonder if that's like some family in there. The festival occurs every 15. Festival celebrated hardships between people during the year of, like, which of it. Okay. Festival massacre. Summer plague. In August 1990, an unusual, modified, an unusual wave of deaths spread across the town. Most victims had pre-existing medical conditions and were found deceased in their homes. Postmortems revealed unidentified fungal. I knew that the fungi was. I knew the mushrooms were up to something. Unidentified fungal matter within the bloodstream, suspected as first to be a fast-moving contagion. The tragedy ended as suddenly as it began. So it wasn't the summer plague. Maybe animal killing? In 1965, a tragedy occurred when locals were reporting their pets missing to the authorities. It was revealed that dozens of animals were found mutilated at the foot of the Dragon Oak. Although the investigation was quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to retrieve due to them decaying faster rate in the soil because the mushroom, the fungus. Maybe that's why it's so potent. Like, the fungus feeds off of, like, corpses, which is, kind of common. A fungus would do that. And then, like a pagan ritual, like, or something or other. I think I'm getting the picture. Animal killings. Okay, so that's gonna be the third one. And then 96 appearance. Something's not correct. Whoa. Yeah, that's all there. Animal killings. From earliest to latest. Festival massacre. Animal killings. Maybe the summer plague. But, like, this wasn't in. Yeah, that wasn't in. Well, you know what? Battle of the Forest was in here. So maybe that was it. Churches all committed in the Białeza Forest. Okay, so now we get the. Now we get this. Our findings have been more than helpful. They're distributing this pattern. They're disrupting perhaps this pattern we're uncovering. It's not random. Someone knew, someone let it happen. You must have redacted bypass installed on your system. Like any good journalist, it's been a while since. It's been prohibited by the government. So here's a refresher on how to access it. I mean, you can just use like a just notepad. What the hell? In order to enable redacted bypass, you must first have your system code. You can find this in your computer system. System code. Then you will need the local area code of the city, which is 451. Like, to bypass, you can find those in all the addresses. Local area code, any code, yeah, versus 451. System code 342451. So it's 3 4 2 4. Okay, welcome to the redacted bypass. With this program, you can access data from articles that have been previously modified by local authorities. Insert article name and to continue. Okay. Now what's next? After the government's disapproval of their product caused the tragedy. What? Because of this, proposed to abandon any uses of the. Okay, well, I know what that is. That is the fungus. Now let's work backwards. To abandon the use of the symbiotic ergot. And because of this, propose. Okay, so I think that's going to John Dragunov. Because of this, John Dragunov proposed the supreme government. Hold on. Where's more redacted? Is it redacted here? Other entries. You know what? Government's disapproval of their product caused a tragedy. Okay, yeah, let's put this guy in. Enter. Okay. John was infamous for being vocal about the disapproval of the use of the symbiotic ergot. Yeah. What was the after the plague? Okay, so the plague was. Hold on. Something. I think. After the plague, he launched the Modern Farming Initiative with the primitive goal of phasing out the fungi from use. Propose the modern. So he has the modern. Because it is, yeah, I'm not going to propose the Modern Farming Institute. And then the Summer Plague. Winter Festival, where is it? Okay, where's the tragedy? The Summer Plague. Yeah, this is the here Summer Plague. Returned. Summer Plague. The victims were frequent patrons of Dr. Mistilov Dragunov, who regularly complained that standard medicine would not help people with such long-standing medical conditions. After a swift investigation, the police said there was no correlation. After the government's disapproval of their product. Well, let's go to the Dragunovs. Town Ledger. Don't know Dax. Don't have that yet. Cancel. Enter. Some more potent version of the medicine in 1989, but failed safety test in the subsequent year and was not approved by the government. After government's approval of their product. Be this? Is this it? After the government's disapproval of their product, Dr. Koslovka calls the tragedy Summer Plague. I feel like this would be like the product name. But I could be wrong. The plot thickened. New mail. Family ties. Mr. Love is a good man, but I knew his ambition would get to him. To think he risked innocent lives. I may have found something that is of use. What's inside is sensitive. Handle it accordingly. I'll continue digging around for more material. Image. That. Alright, what's next? True name. Oh, don't speak his true name. They were responsible for the tragedy. The witch. She doesn't have a thing. True name. They were responsible for the okay. Also for the tragedy. Go to close all tragedies. maybe I should like work it backwards more. They frequently return to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune onto the oaken. Okay, I know exactly where that is. I know where I'm going. And go backwards. Frequently carve the rune. Oh, the cross is more of like the protection. So it should be that one. Carve the rune Zimia's cross onto the Draken Oak. Tragedy. Summer plague. Animal killings. Hold on. It's not modified. This is modified. Wait, I already looked at this. Let me check again. Which is for frequent patrons of Dr. Marcelo who regularly complains and send out videos opposed such long time. I'm gonna read this report. Yeah, I should probably read this report. Alright, let's read this. To whom it may concern, as you may know, it has been 3 months since our mayor went missing. He was dear to our hearts. But alas, we must come together and continue running the town. The control of Koslovka police force and its public database will be transferred to his son, John Drogonov, as he will be taking the reins as mayor of town. But that the passcode to the town ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Regards, Koslovka. Okay, the passcode to the town hall ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall. Passcode town ledger, the heading code of the town hall. Okay. Town hall, which is not that one. Heading code of the town hall. Yeah. The heading code of the town hall, which is heading code. What the hell is? Oh, hold on. I think it's NW6. I can't be right. Let me read this. The heading. Okay, heading code, which is NW6. The password to the town ledger. Passcode to the town ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall, which is 451 NW6. So like, would it be 7? No, the heading code is NW6. Letters and numbers. So the town hall ledger. Click on numbers to enter. So would it be like? But there's no There's no letters here. No words on it. You gotta like. I don't have like the right. Maybe it's as simple as 7451. Okay, no, that's not it. Bogdan Dragunov is founding member of Koslovka. Originally a carpenter, his career shifted to farming after having their first child, who was born sickly. He was famous for being a terrible farmer, but nevertheless persevered. So he was famous for being like just taking an L at all times. He was always devout to his wife and has famously said to have borrowed her strength in times of need. So Alana, incredibly spiritual, and set up the winter festival as her way of celebrating her husband's crops. The festival attracted dozens of people whose family make up Koslovka today. She was always devoted to her husband and was known and everything inside her sacred family. Okay, so she made the festival. True name. The true name. So responsible for the. I feel like this is the animal killings. Witnesses mentioned that they saw a red glowing dot, bloodshot eyes, a red glowing dot darting around the area when the mutilation supposedly took place. This sparked a short-lived legend of an angry spirit in the forest. The police stated that this was a baseless rumor. Well, there's one. Maybe this is witch. There's no redacted data available. Okay. True name. Responsible. Or maybe, hold on. Authorities. Tricking Oak. Getting soil. Maybe this would be the. Not the festival massacre. Yeah, there's redacted here. There's a disturbing rumor that the killer carved the rooms into the dragon oak as part of festival traditions. Although not much all the evidence suggests this, it was speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. During the winter festival. Murder called Tricking Oak. '15th. Okay, so like there's only there's the cross rune in the beginning. Then at the massacre, was the one at the bottom. All I know celebrates is the massacre. I suppose celebrate the hardship between the peoples returning to the winter life. Some of his tools a sign of hardship they fulfill the festival of Chicken Oak. Yeah, it's like another one. I'm looking at the Summer Plague. There's no redacted there. True name. Responsible for the tragedy. They frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune and Xavier's cross onto the Dragon Oak. I feel like it has to be the witch. Town Ledger. Witch. Local shaman. Spiritual chalk. Ancient pagan. I mean, this is the only person that we know that has like something with a red dot. But could she hold on? When was the Winter Festival founded? When did it start? 18. Bro. 1892. Nah, there's no way that witch will be like 200 years old. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. We go to the Dragon Oak. We go to can't get that. Wait, would it just be 451? Like 0451? Ah, okay. Freaking Oak. Horus. Koslovka. Founded in 1887. Okay, so maybe the witch is still around. Maybe it is a witch. So founded in 1887. The massacre was in 1892. And people saw like a red dot floating around. That sounds like the witch. I think from there. Festival Massacre. Carved into the Dragon Oak as part of the festival traditions. Though not much evidence suggests this, it was suspected to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. Witches. True name. True name. German documents showed. Hold on, am I? German documents showed that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but to also investigate an event that happened in the late 1800s. These documents were given to the local police force. Maybe it's 4517. Is it the Hedger, which is NW6, and there's no letters in those password. Oh, maybe 7328 again. It can't be. Yeah, okay. True name. You're responsible for the tragedy festival massacre. He frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune, also to Dragon Oak. Yeah, so like the early picture had this rune on it, but it didn't have the second one. I think it is. I think it is Witch. Yeah, but I gotta find my way to Town Ledger. But the password to the Town Ledger has been changed. It is now the heading of the Town Hall. The heading of the Town Hall. The heading, which is NW6, because we know that the heading is heading code, local area code. Oh. NW6 North. Wait a minute. 00. Hold on. I need actual East 90 East. So 000. There's no West. And then 6. I think that's it. So 006. Not in 7. Heading code NW7. Heading code to the town hall, which is NW6. NW6. You gotta go back, read this again. Then you will need a local area code. Okay, NW7. Heading code. North, east, zero, west. Okay, well, if west is 90, well, east is okay. So it has me like so west. Okay, so how do you do this? How do you do this? There's like some weird math going on here. So like you gotta do north. Another game just downloaded, finishing. North is, yeah, west is 180. North 180. So it would be northwest. So 11806. I think that's it. Not in. So north, okay, northeast. Hold on. North 0. Northeast 45. East 90. Southeast 135. But another 45. 180. I mean, is this not it? Or maybe it'll be, I mean, this has to be it. There's northwest, and there's a 7. It could be like 180. No. Passcode is now the heading code of the town hall. Town hall heading code. Northwest 6. Or maybe it's somehow this, but no, like this is the town hall address. 451 in W6. Maybe it's like 7180. Did I do 7180? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, I think I figured it out. So like I was doing the right way, but I needed to add an extra 45 to be northwest, which should be 22, 5. 6. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I did the math wrong again. I did do the math wrong again. I need to do 45 from 360. Let me go and redo this again. Let's see, 3. Oops. 315 and 6. Yeah, I just need to do. I need to add more. Town Hall Ledger. Ledger details the family that governs the town of Koslovka. See below the list of family members. Natalia Gronov. Okay, so what's his real name? I feel like this is it. Enter. As the town was relatively small, there was no sheriff, and so the mayor was responsible for the leading investigations. Upon appointing himself a sheriff, he stated, "As long as I draw breath, I shall keep this town thriving. Know that I will do what's best for Kolnov." Oh, okay. Miss Delville? Maybe there's more? You know, a more important 1999 failed 50 approval government. Okay, we don't know who Lilia Dragonova or Volha. I feel like Volha isn't Volha the person who's been contacting us? Volva Dragonova is the mother of Sean Dragonov. She was a proud mother and adamantly supported John's mayorship after her husband's disappearance, although she no longer uses their last name. She still has close connections with the family. Like Lilia. Yeah. Check her out. Enter. Her brother Mistilov pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly. One which damaged her eye, although it was more of a morbid fascination of her condition than a drive to help her. Oh, that's all types of messed up. Ew, the red dot. It is the witch. Now let's read. Julia Gronov is the adoptive elder sister, okay, of Alia Misilov, although she acted more as a caregiver to the two boys. Rather than a sibling, not much is known about her besides reports of her eccentric personality. In 1965, the Dragonov probably announced that she had run away, although no investigation was held. In 1965, that was the. Where did they put that? That was the summer plague. Summer plague. And it wasn't this, it was the summer plague. And then the witch. What was the witch? There you go. Something like correct? Okay, so it's the rune. Yeah, it's the rune. Which rune did she carve onto? Not that rune. The twin? Rune. Is definitely witch. Witch's true name is Leah Drakunovka. They were responsible for the tragedy Summer Plague. No, it definitely was. Here's the cross. Okay, I did get it right. It was just the wrong tragedy. The Festival Massacre. That seems right. Okay. He frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune also onto the Dragon Oak, which is true name Lady Georgianova. They were responsible for. I mean, this has to be it. Has to be it. Maybe animal killings? No, because they found the person. They slipped. They killed themselves. Which is true name? Yeah, I mean it's the red. Exactly 1963. Wait a minute. This was taken in 1963. Enhance. Same eye in the same spot. 1963, and then in 1963, Dr. Family announced that she had run away, though no investigation was held. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see it. Her brother, Miss Silver, pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly. One which damaged her eye, although it was more of a morbid fascination of her condition than a drive to help her. I mean, this sounds right. That was 19. Hold on. Okay, no, this was 1963. And when was the massacre? Was in 1892. Summer Festival, Summer Plague, in August 1990. Two ways of death. Was a few patients of Dr. Ernest Lavender who were reportedly. I mean, it's definitely about the plague. I mean, the festival massacre. was in 1892. And then her last known photo was 1963. Unless that was like doctored. But no, it could have been. I mean, it had like redacted stuff on it. Was it just some rumor that the killer carved the runes into the Draken Oak as a part of the festival traditions? Although not much evidence suggests this, it was speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. I mean, this is the only... Something's not correct. True name is Malia Dragonova, responsible for the tragedy festival. Will return to the site of the tragedy. I mean, this sounds right, but like maybe I don't know what's I'm missing. I don't know. I still think I ain't got this. Oops. Still think this is correct. They frequent the site of the tragedy to carve the runes. They cross into the this is correct. Witch's true name. The Dragonov, they were responsible for the tragedy festival massacre. I mean, it could have been something else, unless it's like this, which does not make sense. But like, okay, yeah. I think this would be it, right? For the return site. Hold on. Cooper was caught murdering. Wait. No, it's not this one. Because, oh, I thought it was like the animal killing. Maybe it is the animal killings. Yeah, because the last known photo, 1963, okay. Nope. That wasn't it. And that wasn't an achievement for this game. That was another game finishing downloading. When just mentioned they saw a red glowing dot darting around the area with the mutilations responsible for plays that marked a short-lived legend of angry spirit. Of course, okay, yeah, like this seems like this is it. Unless there's like a different rune that needs to be carved. Although investigation was quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to. Okay, faster. Foot of the Draken Oak. Missing authorities was revealed. The animals were found mutilation. A red eye, which maybe it is the other rune. I mean, that's the only thing. All right, same video, different day. It's been like what? I think a month since I've last gone into this. So let's just go some reviews. Continuing. Lost Wiki. Username. Passcode. Login. Okay, so what do we need? What's the objective? True name is they were responsible for the tragedy. Okay, so yeah, that's a which tragedy was it? It was the, how do I go back to the web? Not this. It is. Okay, yeah. Animal killings, no. It was the Winter Festival. And the Winter Festival has what tragedy? Massacre in 1986. Festival Massacre, yes. They were responsible for the Festival Massacre. They frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune blank onto the tree. What was the tree's name? The Draken Oak? Yeah, got that. Witch's true name. So it was a witch. Witch. True name. Witch's true name is. Go back. Draken family. And that was the original. It was. Hold on. It was like the ledger. Need to find the ledger. Family ledger. Somewhere like over here. Town ledger. Lilia? Yeah, okay, yeah. Lilia Dragovanova. Well, she's like she's an orphan, so like this article has been modified from an earlier entry. So I need to use this as an article name to continue. This. Enter. The data retrieval. Her brother Mistlov pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly, one which damaged her eye, although it was more of a morbid fascination of her condition than a drive to help her. Okay, that wasn't really all that helpful. Witch's true name, Lilia? Now she's adopted, so like, I need to find out what her like original name is. Leah Drava is the adoptive elder sister of Atalia and Missy Drava, although she acted more as a caregiver to the two boys rather than a sibling. Not much is known about her besides report of her eccentric personality. In 1965, the Jordan family announced that she had run away, although no investigation was held. Yeah, she's the witch, because you go back. And then the witch, where's that? Yeah, the same eye, right there. And then the Draken Oak has two runes on it. This one at the bottom, one at the top. So one of these runes is like what the killer had like drawn on. Go back to the Winter Festival. Okay, so like yeah, this top rune was the only thing that was okay. What was this rune called? It's like the per rune. No, not that one. Not the twin glove. I mean, that's on the thing. Cross. Could be this. Is it this one or like the per rune? Submit findings. Something's not right. Correct. Okay, so what about the twin glyph? Something's not right. Yeah, I think it's defined. Maybe if it's like, maybe this is in a reverse order. To where is it at? Where is she at? No. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna like spend like so much time on the video, like trying to figure out. I'm just gonna like skip ahead to like where it will actually like find something. Alright, I did look for a little hint, and I did get everything right. And you know, okay, this is what you call moon logic in puzzle games, where like you do everything right, but like, oh, you didn't think the way the dev thought. So like, yeah, everything is right except for this. Zinnia's cross is this, even though it doesn't show it. Wait, what does it? Does it show it in the animal killings? If it does, then like, okay, no, it it doesn't show it in the animal killings. Okay, okay, yeah, this is moon logic, so everything is right except for like just the rune. Yeah, the witch is Lilia because you know her eyes are red in the animal killings. Yeah, so this, there you go, moon logic, but whatever. Witch's true name is Lilia Dragonova. Responsible for animal killings. Frequently returned the site to carve into the rune Isvini onto the Draken Oak. Alright, so what's next? I mean, other than that little you know moon logic thing, you know, so far like the puzzling is good. To think that the witch was their sister all along, and to think they had a sister to begin with, is almost unbelievable. I found this document hidden in the archives. It felt like it was meant to be buried, like it wasn't meant to be found. I hope it helps your investigation. Attachment, document, scan this. Whoa. Okay. Responsible for the tragedy, and they were also responsible for the two on the. Okay, so this must be like the brother doctor who was responsible for like the plague. So to like open that up. Let's see. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Well, that's different. Okay, attachment. Year 1943. Research. Trends. Can I make this bigger? Yeah. Okay. Transcription. Tree looks to be centuries old. It can be confirmed there are runes on the tree. However, it isn't in chalk like the pictogram suggests. Seems to be carved with some carpenter tool. Remind soldiers not to trample over the area and be careful of the delicate fungi. They are hard to spot, but they are there. Update. Found a letter written a few days after the incident. We'll attach it along with these notes. Okay. Alright. The tragedy, they're also responsible for the two blank on the blank. Okay. Got the witch. The two runes, the two Slavic rune symbols on the where is it? Draken Oak. Alright. They're also responsible, which is responsible for the tragedy. Like they're also responsible for the two what? Stuff from like oak, okay. Responsible. I think that's like the doctor, right? Like the older brother. Who is this? That's like the mother. That's What was the dude's name? Yeah, Dr. Mistralov. Put this guy in there. (1989), but failed to safely test the subjects. Failed safety test in the subsequent year and was not approved by the government. So that was in 1990. Was also the I'm about to sneeze. The tragedy. Which one was it? The plague. That one was summer plague. Hold on. It can't be. Well, hold on. I'll just put summer plague. They're also responsible for the 2 slumber rooms on the Dragon Oak. Well, that can't be completely right. And would it just be? Would it be Witch again? Like, Witch is responsible for the animal killings. They're also responsible for the 2 slumber rooms of Dragon Oak. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Summer plague. Okay. It's like 90s experience, Battle of the Forest, Festival Massacre. (1892). Would it be Festival Massacre? Would it be Witch? Because like the Witch is the only person that does that, carve the runes. So would it be Witch? Which is responsible for the tragedy. Oops. Where is it? Dragon Oak. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Festival Massacre. I'll read this again. It was a disturbing rumor that the killer carved runes into the Dragon Oak, part of the festival tradition. Although not much evidence suggests this, it is speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. The rumors tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Would it be the 90s disappearance? Would it be that? I mean, it's only 5 of them, so like, it's not that many to like. Okay, which is responsible for the tragedy festival? Nah, she's. Animal killings. They're also responsible for the 2 rooms. Would it be this? No. Responsible for the tragedy. I think it is where's the doctor? Mycologists went missing during that time in Koslovka when the mycology community asked for his research in the forest. Local government refused to release it due to sensitive information. I think it's the older brother. I think it was older, but it says they are also responsible for the 2 slumber rooms on the Dragon Oak. For the 2 on the Summer Plague. Hold on, what was this guy getting? What was this dude's deal? Oda Dragunov is a founding member of Koslovka. Originally a carpenter, his career shifted to farming after having their first kid, who was born sickly. He was famous for being a terrible farmer, but nevertheless persevered. He was always devout to his wife and has famously said to have borrowed her strength in times of need. Should be like summer plague somewhere. For the 2 on the Dragon Oak. For the 2 something. Let's see, well, the 90s disappearance. Look at this again. 50 people vanished, Kozlov over the 2 months. Summer of 1992. Slowly, Alia Dragunov was among the missing. Investigation led to John ran cold. As the town was relatively small, there was no sheriff, and so the mayor was responsible for leading the investigations. Upon appointing himself sheriff, he stated, "As long as I draw breath, I shall keep the town thriving. Know that I will do what's best for Koslovka." But maybe I should read this again. To think the witch was their sister all along, and to think they had a sister to begin with, it's almost unbelievable. I found this document hidden in the archives. It felt like it was meant to be buried, like it wasn't meant to be found. I hope it helps your investigation. Let me read this again. This feel like this is missing something. The tree looks to be centuries old. It can be confirmed there are runes on the tree. It isn't chalk like the pictogram suggests. It needs to be carved with some carpenter's tool. Carpenter's tool. You know what? That guy, he was a carpenter. Remind soldiers not to trample over the area and be careful of the delicate fungi. They are hard to spot. Update: found a letter written a few days after the incident. Attach it along with these notes. Found a letter. Yeah, okay. Like what letter? It found a letter. How do I access that letter? I think it's like battle. Go to like the battle of where is it? Which is another tragedy. So like go to like Battle of the Forest. Check this again. In Okay, yeah, that letter is from like 1943, so like it is something with the Battle of the Forest. German documentations show that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but also investigate an event that happened in the late 1800s. These documents were given to the local police force. Okay, late 1800s. Incidents in the late 1800s was the massacre, the festival massacre. I'll put that blank for right now. Festival massacre. Also responsible for the two lava rooms on the Dragon Oak. So after this, rumors are spread of the coldest called murderous frenzy. The corner of the culprits slit their own throat and joined the events on the earliest tragedy recorded in Koslovka. So after where is it? Animal killings? Rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Animal killings, what year was that in? 1965. What year was the Battle of the Forest? 1941 to 44. No, World War II. That was responsible for the tragedy. The Festival Massacre was like the 1800s. Battle the German soldiers, they were like investigating this. So what came after the Festival Massacre? That was like Summer Plague, 1990. Animal Killings, 1965. Festival Massacre, 1890. I think it's Animal Killings. They also led to Animal Killings. Festival Massacre. Dozens of locals were killed during the winter festival. The culprit was caught murdering festival attendees in front of the Draken Oak. When cornered, the culprit slit their own throat. I feel like that was the founder. Because it said like the tree was carved with like a carpenter's tool, and he was the only known carpenter at the town at the time when it was founded. There was a disturbing rumor that the carved the runes into the Dragon Oak part of the festival tradition. I think it is I think this is the dad. This guy originally carpenter. I think it is this guy. Still think it's this guy. It's okay. Bowden is responsible for the tragedy festival. I think it is this. They are also responsible for the two Slavic rune symbols on the Dragon Oak. The rumor of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. What if it was a battle of the forest? No. I feel like I have it right. I feel like this is right. Oh, I found it. I got it. Is this recording? Is it recording? Is it recording? Yes, it is. Okay. Alania. I knew I had it right. I knew it was one of the. If it wasn't the husband, it was the wife. Okay, so Alenia Drugnovia is responsible for the tragedy festival massacre. They were also responsible for the two Slavic rune symbols on the Draken Oak. Rumors of the tragedies spread across Europe and led to another tragedy, Battle of the Forest. Yeah, because this happened. This was the next event after the festival massacre. Okay, next. We're getting there. We're almost there. Conspiracy. This must have been the beginning of it all. I've heard of the legend before, but always thought it was an old wives' tale to scare me when I was a child. I think we're uncovering a much deeper conspiracy than we thought. Surely Don't call me Shirley. Someone must have known about all of this. How did these tragedies go unnoticed, unconnected? Okay. All right. Intentionally led investigation astray. I think that's was it Jan Drogonov? Drogonova? Was it Jan? Was it Jan? I think it's this guy. I think it's Jan. I think it is Jan. Okay, so Jan intentionally led the investigation astray. I think it's this. They ousted from the family. Okay, so hold on. Who was ousted? It was Lilia. She became the witch. They ousted. Oh wait, so this is going okay. No, this that's to the 90s. It's not her. It's which one is it? Hold on. Intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted Lilia from the family after the tragedy. Animal killings. Yeah, she did the animal killings and covered up mistakes by it is where's she at? Where's she at? She's like somewhere over here. Mistakes by no. Mistakes by her? No, not her. Hold on. Mistakes by after the tragedy. Okay, Winter Festival. Hold on. Winter Festival. Winter Massacre. Massacre? Mystical? Yeah, I go. Tragedy Festival Massacre. No image. Where's she at? Hold on, yeah. I think it's this. No, I'm missing something. This seems. Oh, they ousted Lilia Dragunov from the family. Yeah. After the tragedy, animal killings. Yeah, and covered up mistakes made by Lilia Dragunov after the tragedy festival massacre. I feel like this is it. But it's somebody else. Volo Dragunov is the mother of John Dragunov. She was a proud mother and adamantly supported John's after her husband's disappearance. Although she no longer uses their last name, she still has close connections to the family. I feel like this is it. Hold on. They ousted Lilia. Yeah, that totally makes sense. After she killed all the animals. Yeah, covered up mistakes made by Olenia, who did the festival massacre, but who led the investigation astray? Was it you? No. I still feel like it is you. Led the investigation astray. I mean, somebody in the family did it. He's back on. Yeah. Okay, let me look at this again. Is it town mayor? Okay, yeah, town mayor. No. It's somebody in the family. I mean, this is information I already have, but who in the family did it? Who was suicided by his son, John drove off when he mysteriously vanished as part of the tragedy commonly known as the 90s disappearance. I feel like I got this. I got this right. So there's more people. Maybe it's like the other one. The mistakes. Oops. Get that. Alright, so he. Yeah. Hold on. Go back. Yeah, now it's a more potent version in 1989. Failed for safety. Yeah, okay, so. That was a summer festival with that one. Summer Plague. Where's Summer Plague? Maybe it's a different Jan, a different Dragunov. Hold on, look at everything. He was responsible for the Summer Plague because he didn't like follow FDA guidelines. She killed animals. She's just vibing. This guy is also vibing, but like maybe there's some shady stuff going on. I don't know yet. Natalia Dragunov intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted Lilia Dragunov from the family after the tragedy animal killings and covered up mistakes made by Dr. Mislov Dragunov after the tragedy Summer Plague. You've done enough. I don't think this is a good direction to pursue. You've already done more than enough for the investigation and your notes have been very helpful. But for now, I'm asking you to stop looking into this. Please leave it be. Oh, you've no. Nah, you can't. You must have been incredibly close to, after all, your real name is... Hold up. Is this the, oh. Is this the, is this her? Your real name is this? You must be incredibly close to... Then disappearance of her husband. They're trying. They gotta be... You've been incredibly close to... This dude? Oh. You must have been incredibly close to Atlia Dragunov. After all, your real name is Volhal Dragunova, isn't it? Wrong assumptions? Atlia was my husband. He was everything to me. I loved him, and I never imagined he would be involved in whatever this is. I hired you because I wanted to know what happened to him, not to learn he might have had a part in it. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. at this point. I don't know everything he did, but he was always a private man. Please don't assume the worst without proof. Okay. There is more to play. There is a reason why there is so many Kozlov tragedies. There's more to play. There's a reason why there's so many Kozlov tragedies. Everything traces back to one place, and the roots lead to the Dragon Oak. The tree is, it all happens near the tree. That tree is the center of it all, and your husband is part of it. We've come too far to stop now. I suppose we have to see this through. I feel like this might be the end of the game. I think there's multiple endings. Well, I'm like more than one ending. I'm not totally sure. I feel like it is. I think it is. But also, I think this is like might be the ending. I went through his office. I hate doing it. It feels wrong, but something caught my eye. I don't know why he had this or what it means. Maybe you'll understand better than I do. Attachment. I'm sorry, John, but it is impossible. The land is too reliant on a symbiotic ergot. That's the... Without it, we just can't. Maybe decades later, something can change, but the damage is too dire. Our proposal will fail. And there's something else. I think I'm being watched. I may know who's behind the recent incidents, but I need to be certain before I say more. I'll explain in person. I think this is like I think the dude, okay, this is, I think the person who's watching them is like the other mycologist. Was it Dr. Yeah, this guy. He was also like, I had to pause for a second. Dr. Casimir. Okay, so this guy was also studied the fungi, but he couldn't get it to work like Misloff did. And he was also part of another person who was in the disappearance. It seems like this guy, hold on, sent a letter to how the will fail. They also knew who was involved in the disappearance. Okay, 90s disappearance. Hold on. 90s disappearance. Sent a letter. That would be, hold on, 90s disappearance. That would be sent a letter to, I'll explain later. Hold on. The land is too reliant on a symbiotic ergot. Sorry, John. Okay, so yeah, like sent a letter to his son, John. Should have, yeah, just sent a letter to John. How the ergo symbiote. It was medicinal herb, special medicinal herb, symbiotic ergot. Also agriculture. Freaking oak. Dr. Kasimov was the leading expert in fungi. He was a medicinal herb. Will fail. I mean, I don't think this is it, but this is the right track. Okay, yeah, I think it's the what was it? It was some outside noises. I'm not sure. Like the mic picked it up. Medicinal herb, incredibly fertile soil, along with the pharmacist, part of the fertile soil, agriculture. It's okay. When did this ultimately scrapped in 1992? Okay, yeah. Okay, that letter is July 21st, 1992. And this is when, okay. No. He also knew who was involved in the 90s disappearance. Well, you know, he was also knew who was involved with the summer plague. So that could also be it. Handler Drogonoff sent a letter to Jan, yeah, of how the modern farming initiative will fail. He also knew who was involved in the summer plague. I think it is. '90s disappearance. That this has to be it. How they're dropping off the letter John. Yes. How the modern farming initiative will fail. 1992. The farming initiative. Farming. Modern farming initiative was proposed by Mayor Jan Drogonov in 1991 to revise some of agricultural practices. It was approved by the Scandinavian government after achieving independence in the same year. The proposal involved Dr. Casimir Oslovsky, who was invited to the town to undergo research. The proposal was ultimately scrapped in 1992. Also knew who was involved in the 90s disappearance. I feel like I'm missing one thing. Like there's one thing that's just not right. But like it still feels right. Yeah. Such a letter to John. Yeah. About how the monitoring without we just can't. Maybe decades later something can change, but the damage is too dire. The proposal will fail. Hold on. Modernization initiative was proposed by Mayor John Drogonoff in 1991. So like, hold on. So like, this dude already had the proposal before he was mayor. Proposed by Mayor John Drogonoff in 1991. 92. Wait, hold on. Scrapped in 92. Hold on. Something don't add up. The math ain't mathin'. Hold on. What year was the 90s disappearance? 15 people in Kosovo, 1990, summer of 1992. Did the proposal stopped in 92? In the summer of 92. And the letter is in July 21st. That is summer. Yeah, that's summer. And the proposal to this was in 91. There's like some wording that's tripping me up, because I feel like this is absolutely correct, but like there's like some wording that's wrong that I don't see why it should be wrong. Okay, I did cheat a little bit, I had to look it up, but like it wasn't. I mean, it's everything is right except for this. Instead of this, it is the guy. Where's the guy? Where's the guy? It was the Dr. Casimir, but like it's not signed. It's not signed by him. Was it? How will we know that it was the doctor who wrote the letter when it wasn't even signed by him? Is it a letter to John, or maybe the email we got showed that it was this guy? No subject. These are the last of what I could find. They know I've been looking into this. If something happens to me, please find. Okay, yeah, they got them. Well, luckily they did the attachments before they sent it. Okay. Whoa. Is everything all right? Hold on. Evidence letter. Refer to research note. Hold on. I want to see like this is what you started. Because for now, I suppose we have to see this through. I went to his office. I hate doing it. It feels wrong, but sometimes I caught my eye. I don't know what this is. See, like, why would the letter of the doctor be in the former mayor's office? See, it's, okay, moon logic. Why would that letter be in there? And why would we assume that that's the doctor instead of like moon logic? My dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. Take the fungi and you will not only survive, you will thrive! Exclamation mark. The land will remember your name as it remember hers. With all the love I can still give your father. 17th December 1892. Okay, so this is the letter to oh. Dear brother, hold on. Evidence letter. My dearest daughter. I read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. Maybe this is how we survive. It's no wonder she never seemed to age. All this time, I need to test it, a few small trials just to see the blink. The thought alone has kept me awake for days. I know how it sounds, but this could change everything. Imagine what we could do for the next 50 years. 1965. So that's when Lila had left and became the witch. My dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. John invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes. Okay, so this is like, who is this? 1992. This must be the witch to, yeah, this is the witch to Miss Love. Whether you're clumsy, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. It might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. It's the best we can do for what we were asking of them. For the loss of a few, there are still many. 1992. Okay, this is okay. July 9th, 1992. And when was the disappearance? Oh, it's July 9th. Disappearance is was in 2 months over the course of 2 months in the summer of 1990. Okay, so it's between July 9th and August. Is everything all right? Oh, that would be no, not her. Contract terminated. Hello? I'd like to apologize for Vola Droganova's actions as of late. Unfortunately, we decided to terminate your contract. Please cease all prior investigations and send your invoice to the town hall. Your services will be paid in full. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh, the deep state got her. Who's this? Would it be... Who would still be alive at this point? I think didn't hold on. Was it her? Is she going by this name or is she the witch? I'm thinking she's going by the witch. Yeah, cause she was the one that sent all those letters. Oh. Maybe. It's some ice. The witch. It's Yon. It's I mean, he's the only one that we know is still alive. That was a good guess, or perhaps you're simply more perceptive than I gave you credit for. Tell me, what's driving you now? Curiosity, guilt, or the need to be right no matter the cost? I mean, it's you know, the wiki rabbit hole. You're probably the only one to understand. Too much blood he has spilled in Koslovka. And I didn't know what we were uncovering, and now we do. The world deserves to know. Okay, so that's... where's okay, yeah. And it all started from one wiki article. You're probably the only one to understand it. Too much blood has spilled in Koslovka. Hold on, Jordan, I deserve to know more. Stubborn as a rock. You are naive to think that simply telling everyone is going to solve everything. You know what? That's in some situations kind of true. Like the whole like extraterrestrial thing. I mean, whether or not there are like, I mean, first of all, life outside the universe, elsewhere. To think that there's nothing, I mean, just press the red button. We're done. But like, when they're talking about like, it's like, hey, when like some dudes in a spaceship coming like, hey, want to smoke this space weed? That's when I'm like, nah, son, I can't. I don't know about that. But no, I mean, you know, if it's proven like it's not really gonna change anything, like the rent is still due, so you know, just chill with it. Truth, it doesn't heal, it spreads, it divides, it consumes. Fine, I'll let you continue your investigation. You already have everything you need. Perhaps you'll understand the position I've been forced into. Start from the beginning. Okay. Hold on. The letter was written by, addressed to. It suggests the tragedy was a ritual to cultivate more in order to treat illness. This letter was lost to time, only to be found during the tragedy. Okay, so yeah, the letter was found in 1992, so that's the that is the 90s disappearance. Suggested the tragedy was a ritual to cultivate more at the tragedy festival massacre. Ritual to cultivate more. Didn't hold on, was it Drake and Oak? What of these goes into the Drake and Oak? To cultivate more. Could have been more. Cultivate more. Where is it? The symbiotic ergot. In order to treat his illness. The letter was written by a letter. Dear brother, time is running out. Start soon. Trying to investigate some expert after you are investigating some. Dear brother. Okay, so letter was written by that to her brother, Mistov. Is she going by the witch on this? Maybe she's going by the witch. No, okay. By the time it's around, I think I'll start soon. John, if I did some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not a failure. It's best we do what we can exit for them. The loss of few, still for the many in July 1992. Okay, this letter was lost to time, only to be found during the tragedy 90s disappearance. Yeah, that's the date. Address suggests that the tragedy. Well, you know, if it's not the festival, it's one of the other ones. Oh, the animal killings. Still think of this. Someone's illness. Animal killings. Symbiotic ergot. Or maybe the summer plague? No. The letter was written by Lilia Trotov, addressed to her brother. Yes. Suggests that the tragedy. Hold on. I think you'll have to start soon. John invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes. Yeah. It suggests that the tragedy summer plague was a ritual. Was it? What the letter was? What's the time? Found summer plague. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wording. The wording is wonky. Time is running out. John invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes. I think I can handle them. Yeah? Summer plague? I mean, 90s disappearance? Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. Might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. It's best that we can do for what we're asking of them. For a loss of few is... There is still many. The letter was lost to time, will they be found during the tragedy 90s disappearance. It suggests a tragedy summer plague. It's a ritual to assimilate forth, to cultivate more semiotic ergot. Maybe it's like a different name for it, like just the fungi, or like more medicinal herb. I tried to like backspace like it's an actual computer. Or fungi. I feel like this is it. Hold on. I may have to look at another hint again. Okay, I'm looking at the hint and honestly, it doesn't make sense. So like the letter was addressed. Is there like something start from the beginning? So the letter was made. It's written from this guy. Addressed to her. I'm not sure what letter they're talking about. I think I must have like skipped out on a letter or something. One of these evidence letter. My dearest daughter. Okay, like okay, you had to like remember this letter, even though we've passed this already. Do not fear the sacrifices your mother made. Take the fungi, and you will not only survive, you will thrive. The land remembers your name. Look at Sidekuest. Okay, so it's not the 90s. This letter was lost in time, only to be found during the tragedy. When was the... So it is this, which this was in 1941 to 4, but like the letter was in the 1800s, so like it doesn't make sense. Math ain't mathing. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. So that the tragedy was a ritual. Is it tragedy? Oh, hold on. No, it's tragedy. Festival massacre. I mean, how the letter was found in this doesn't add, it doesn't tell. Continue. Okay. Attempting the ritual caused the tragedy. It failed to achieve results. Attempting the ritual would be caused it failed. The summer plague. Attempting the ritual. Summer tragedy, summer plague. When they were caught, took the letter and sent it to blank. In their excitement, caused the tragedy 90s disappearance. Attempting the ritual. Yeah, you caused the summer plague. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught, someone took the letter and sent it to blank. In their excitement, caused the tragedy 90s disappearance. Huh? When they were caught. When they were caught, well, it took the letter and sent it to. Attempting the ritual, Dr. Mislodrodov caused a tragedy, summer plague. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught. It failed to achieve results. But did the animal killings fail to achieve results? 1965, the tragedy occurred when locals were reporting their pets missing. Those animals were found mutilated at the foot of the Chicken Oak. Although the investigation were quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to retrieve due to the decaying rate of. That seems right. Their excitement caused the tragedy of 90s disappearance. I think it's John. Hold on. Meet me in person. That was a letter to. $65. My dear brother, I read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. Maybe this is how we survive. It's a wonder she never seemed to age. I need to test it a few small trials just to see. The thought alone kept me awake for days. I know it sounds much we could do. $65.92. Alright, so the 65 was the animal killings. I think it's animal killings, and then from there, Lilia. Okay, so attempting the ritual, Lilia Jodo caused the tragedy animal killings. It failed to achieve results. I think it did achieve results, but I'm not entirely sure. When they were caught, took a letter and sent it to the letter to her brother. In their excitement, no, something's wrong. Attempting the ritual, which caused the tragedy animal killings, it failed to achieve results. Wait, but did it fail to achieve results? Did it fail though? Look at the redacted stuff again. Saw a red glowing dot darting around the area when the mutilation supposedly took place. This sparked a short-lived legend of an angry spirit in the forest. Police say it was the it's they were caught. When they were caught, took the letter and sent it to their assignment. Nothing. Could it be the summer plague as well? No. Attempting the ritual caused tragedy, animal killings. It failed to achieve results. Not really sure like how. Hold on. It might be one of these letters again. This one's from 1965. Dear brother, I read her father's letter. I read her father's letter. I read. Should this be our father's letter? I read our father's letter. I think that's what it's supposed to be. You small trials. It's no wonder she never seemed to age all this time. Need to test it a few stuff. It's 1965. This is for the summer plague. Their assignment calls. No. Attempted animal killings. Hold on. When was animal killings? Was in 65. It failed. When they were caught. Oh yeah. Because like they saw like people saw like some red shit floating around. Okay. When they were caught, took the letter and sent it to Dr. Dozlov. In their excitement, let's try this. I think this is it. It's not it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to cheat again. Okay, it is one. It's just one name off. Instead of you, it's who is it? Where you at? Instead of you, it's you. Which how I don't know. Okay, so attempted ritual, the witch, animal killing is a failed. When they were caught, took the letter and sent it to Dr. Mislav Dragunov. Their excitement to like summer black. Okay. I mean, I was 90% there, so like, I'll just call that like a little push. Keep going. You're almost there. Okay. After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir. Yeah, Dr. Casimir. After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir to research the symbiotic ergo. While research was underway, the ritual once again causing the tragedy was research was underway on the tragedy summer plague. Since something was wrong and tried to warn you, but intercepted the message and had them killed, this alerted you of the crime. Hold on. Since something was wrong. Who said something was wrong? I tried to warn you, but intercepted the message and had them killed. Okay, so Etlia. Okay. After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir to research semiotic ergo. Yes. While research was underway, Dr. Mislov started the ritual once again, causing a tragedy, summer plague. Yes. Dr. Kasanov sensed something was wrong and tried to warn you. No. It was Atias sensed something was wrong, but I think Ilya intercepted the message. No. Ilya said something was wrong and tried to warn you. Summer plague caused by this dude. '89 was where John said something was wrong and tried to warn you, but Ilya intercepted the message and had them killed. Things seem so off and yet right at the same time. Yes. I'm just looking at the hints right now. Yeah, I got that right. All research was underway. Wait, hold on. So apparently, Now, research was underway until I started the ritual once again, causing the tragedy summer plague. No. Wait, hold on. Should be connected to like '90s. Okay, so they caused the '90s disappearance. If something was wrong, and yeah, the doctor said something was wrong. I mean, the game's real good. The puzzles are real good. Other until like these last, like the end game puzzles are like, guess what I'm thinking, pretty much. After the incident, you invited Dr. Casimir, so I'll have to research symbiotic or research went other way. I learned the ritual once again, causing the '90s disappearance. Dr. Casimir sensed something was wrong and tried to warn you, but Alia Dragunov intercepted the message and had them killed. This alerted you of the crime. Well done. To me, you already figured out what happened next. You killed your own father. He was the last victim of the '90s disappearance. There isn't enough evidence, but I can make a calculated guess. You killed Alia Dragunov. He was the last victim of the '90s disappearance. He may have been my father, but by the end, he wasn't the man I knew. When I learned what he'd done, what he intended to continue, I had to end it. It was foolish because in the end, the burden fell up onto me, the irony of it all. Some truths rot everything they touch. Do you understand? While the past had to stay buried. It's too reliant on the... Okay, yeah. It's Kozlova? Where is it? Kozlova is too reliant on the symbiotic ergo. Town was built on death, on rituals disguised as tragedies, and has been feeding on that ever since. Do what you must. Casimir only confirmed what I was too scared to admit to myself. The town is built on blood, and to an extent, the country of Zornova. If we stop the process, people will starve. But what's a measly few to sacrifice only every 50 years? I mean, you could like... Well, with the animals killings, like... I mean... They could do the animals again. They could do the animal sacrifice again instead of the people. Like, get some, like, chickens and cows that were like gonna be, you know, never gonna be sent to the slaughterhouse anyways. They just sort of like, oh, just take them around. It was a curse inherited by my family, but I've grown tired of it. Like charades. I think in my heart I wanted someone to know. I won't stop you from doing what you think is right. I only wish my mother wouldn't need to know. And that was Lost Wiki Koslovka. Yeah, this was a good experience. I like it. Burn the tree. Oh, delete the evidence. Publish the article. Okay, so this is the three endings. Burn the tree. Nah, you can't burn the tree. Burning the tree would like do nothing. Like that won't stop the fungi from. You gotta be really. Burning the tree does nothing. It will not stop the fungi from stopping. Like you need to like dig underneath the tree, like go to the brain of the fungus to do that. Burning the tree will do absolutely nothing. Delete the evidence, publish the article. You know what? Publish the article. Burning the tree does absolutely nothing. That's a fool's errand. Zornova Internal Security has flagged you for unauthorized disclosure of classified material. Your residence is under surveillance. Agents will arrive within 2 hours to take you into custody. Processing. What the hell? I saved a kid and I go to jail. The processing will occur. You will occur at the National Center. Oh, it's center spelled like in English. English, American English, not like with a TRE. One phone call will be permitted. Remain at your residence until an agent arrives to avoid escalation. Created by Yat Feng Lui. Yati the Man. Okay, yeah. This was a good story. I like it. It was a good experience, fun experience. Only thing is just like towards the end, the puzzles were just guess what I'm thinking. And all of this was made in Godot, Unsplash, Pixels. Okay, so like turn in the evidence, you go to jail. Burn the tree. Thank you for playing. This project was a labor of love, and we hope that you enjoyed the experience as much as we enjoyed creating it. Your game is saved just before the last report. Feel free to explore other endings. Return to me. Let's see what burning the tree does. I mean, burning the tree would just do nothing. Let's burn the tree also burns the source of the fungus as well, which I don't think it would. No attachments. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to see what the tree burning does. Burn the tree. Okay, we'll burn the tree. What? Thank you for doing what I spent my whole life wishing I could. But every time I tried, I thought of what dying would mean, and I faltered. I was too scared, but now I've lived a much longer life than I needed. If Koslovka survives, I pray it remembers you more kindly than it will remember me. I mean, this is how like fungus work. Burning the tree wouldn't do that. have to go with the source, but okay. Continue. Do I like to see like another one, like a series of these, like Lost Wikis in other towns and other cities? But so far, this is really good. Nice experience. Okay. Alright, so it's the. Where is, oh yeah, the forest. Okay, publishing the article gets you basically they got you for insanity. Burning the tree, I mean, honestly, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do it. But delete the evidence. What does this entail? Are you there? Things are quiet. The fields are green again. The harvest looks like it'll be strong this year. My son hasn't said much, but he brushed it all off as a misunderstanding. Guess some things don't change, but I can't help but feel like there's still something wrong. I know you've not replied to my previous emails, but please give me a sign. That was it. Okay, well, you know what? This is Lost Wiki. Really fun experience. Nice little puzzle game, but the said before, like the last sort of like towards the end, some of it was guess what I'm thinking. Other than that, yeah, like this is like some different Lost Wiki stuff, like Lost Wiki in other countries and other cities. Yeah, anyways, put a link in the description for the game. Let me even check it. It has been like 2 months since I've last played this. Let me just check. Like, is there anything like new and different with the like bundles on the Steam page, store page? It's deduction collection. Okay, well, that was Lost Wiki. The link in the description for the full game. It is bundled with what's the password? Some other like database deduction, desktop explorer. You know what? I've been seeing desktop explorer like around. It seems, you know, like this, as a sort of like a, you know, old 90s computer style like check for mysteries. Yeah, anyways, Lost Wiki. It is out. $5. I mean, this is a good experience. I liked it. I want to see like more stuff like this. Anyways, that'll be it for the video for today. If y'all like it and you want to see more, subscribe to see more in the future. And until then, I'll see you later.